Good morning. This is a Wednesday morning, and this video is a mock IEP for my class at Grand Canyon University. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, parents. Thank you for coming and participating in our IEP meetings. Before we begin, I would like to ask parents, Mr. and Mrs. Appleseed, do you have any questions in regarding to the procedural safeguards that I sent you a little over 2 weeks ago? No? Okay. So in the beginning, I would address that I sent a procedural safeguard for the parents to review, which is all the paperwork and their rights as parents, and a brief description of what they're entitled to. And I will send many papers like this to them so they can review it, and they may ask questions when they come to the meetings. All right, so now we can move on. I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Mr. Caton. I am Johnny Appleseed's case manager. General ed teachers, you may present yourselves. Now in this meeting, I would have general education teachers and also administrators for records of attendance and student discipline, and also I would need a high school counselor in this meeting. Since it's an annual IEP meeting and it's not an initial or a reevaluation, we will no longer need a school psychologist. And after I'll go around the room, everybody, the IEP committee will introduce themselves and their roles into Johnny Appleseed's IEPs. All right. Well, thank you, everybody. It was nice to meet you. Before we present the present levels, I like to go over the meeting norms, or also known as the ground rules, which the purpose of the ground rules is to state the rules of respecting each other's opinions and thoughts, and understand that the IEP is a collaborative process. Now, I will pass out this piece of papers around to each of the members of the IEP committee so they can review it and take a look at it, and we will review those norms together as a committee and go over to them. Now, parents, do you have any questions regarding to the meeting norms? Cool. Okay, moving on. So now I like to take this time for present levels. Teachers, I will present my present levels first, and then teachers, you may present your present levels. Now, Johnny's present levels, he's in a specialized academic instructional, a specialized academic instructional goal in this progress. And I will share the curriculum assessments, his benchmark, common form test, his also his norm test, which is also could be known as his the test that measure his math abilities, and of course review his previous academic achievement test from his Wilcox-Johnson 4. And then I will present you all the strengths and weaknesses, and also I would like to address his work ethic. These are things that I would encourage the teachers to share regarding to present levels prior to the IEP meeting, so that way we can get a brief understanding of Johnny's academic process. And then I would also ask parents, would you please tell me how's Johnny doing at home? Is he behaving well? Is there any changes or any concerns that you have with him? Okay, good. Then the principal will present Johnny's attendance and his disciplinary issues. And then the school counselor will also present their present levels with Johnny. Since Johnny Appleseed in this case is 16 years old, we're going to need a high school counselor to interview him in regard to a transitional goal. And also to have him complete a career interest survey, and plus an interview with him to see what Johnny would like to do after he graduates high school. Okay, well, thank you for the present levels, teachers. So now we can go over the previous goals and the progress of the goals, and we can propose new goals. But before that, parents, do you have any questions in regarding to the present levels? Is there something that you would like to address, some improvements you want us to seek? Is there any other? We would like to ask for your input if you have any. None? Great. All right. Now we go over the goals here. Right? There's old goals in regards to his math or his reading comprehension or his writing expression. Since this is also not only annual IEP meeting, this is also a transitional IEP meeting where we will have a transition goal. Now, the transition goal for Johnny Appleseed is that Johnny will research coursework offerings, requirements for potential degrees, and training programs for areas of interest. Also, Johnny will prepare and maintain a resume in digital format for use in prospective employment opportunities. Mr. and Mrs. Appleseed, we as an IEP meeting, excuse me, as an IEP committee, have agreed on this goal. Is there any questions or any input you have regarding to this goal? Awesome, great. Moving on. Now let's jump into services. Now, so since Johnny Appleseed is also entitled to service, he's entitled to a specialized academic instruction and will be provided in a small group setting for English and social science in a separate classroom. Us as an IEP committee agree to that. The parents, would you like to share your thoughts on it if you have any concerns? Okay, no, great. So now I would like to go over the extended school year, which is also known as the ESY. Now, let me explain the ESY. It is extended school year is kind of like summer break, or summer school. Excuse me. It's summer school for students who need to keep their progress and need to catch up on schoolwork, and also to maintain the progress they made in the previous academic year. So it is necessary for students who need to consistently work on their skills and improve their areas of weaknesses, and also certain students tend to regress during the break and lose their progress. And since students will lose that progress and they return to the following academic year, it will require a length amount of time to recoup those skills. So think about a child during summer break lose skills that he or she has gained over the academic year and spend one entire semester recouping those skills and then applying to new skills. That's something that requires a lot of time, and honestly, we cannot have that, it'll be hard on the teachers, and it'll be very difficult for the students to reach an annual goal. According to evidence of Johnny Appleseed, we noticed that he will no longer be qualified for extended school year. So it's great progress, and Johnny's capable of attaining these skills, so he gets to enjoy his summer break. Yay! So parents, do you have any questions in regarding to extended school year? Anything you'd like to share? Okay, great. Moving on. We noticed that at a least restricted environment, Johnny will be able to be in inclusive classrooms, but also be provided with specialized academic instruction. Pretty much, Johnny is able to be in class with his peers without disabilities, and then he'll also be with peers with disabilities. Parents, do you have any questions or comments on that? Oh, great. Cool. All right, thank you, folks. That's it for the IEP meeting. And I appreciate your guys' attendance, and thank you all for coming. All right, so to conclude this video, I would like to address how I would actively listen to and address the needs of families and other stakeholders throughout the meeting. So notice how I keep asking parents their inputs and questions in regards to Johnny's academics, IEP, and his goals. The reason why I ask parents' input is because they are the most reliable source we have as a participant. Usually in IEP meetings, we will ask parents a lot of questions in regards to their son or their daughter. And also, I have to keep in mind that once that our teachers have been coached to ask the parents if they have any questions and feedback. These are really important to have because it will allow us to understand about their son or their daughter, and which gives us a perfect picture of their kid to understand what they're capable of and what they're limited to. So so what I'm asking for is everybody to give their input and to be a more collaborative group. And basically what I'm trying to say is that everybody's input matters. They all matter, and then and then it will allow us to achieve the IEP meeting, make the goals measurable, observable, and attainable. And the parents, like I said, are the most reliable source of information for the child in the IEP. All right, so that's it for the video. Thank you for watching, and have a good day.